Well, if your child is starting preschool this fall, you may be approaching this major milestone with some emotional conflict. We're here to help you cope with some of those feelings and with some helpful tips from Anjali Varma, owner of Kidville in Bethesda. Anjali, I know you've seen it all from both parties with your experience. I know you work exclusively with the younger ones.
Yes.
And here's the thing. I mean, they're going to be away for just a few hours, but it just seems like such a major milestone for little ones wearing such little shoes. And I just can't even, I just can't even think about it for my little one, who is turning 2. But, I mean, that day is quickly approaching.
Yeah, and what we find at Kidville, because we have Kidville University, a preschool program, is oftentimes it's more traumatic for mom than it actually is for the child. So you got to try to keep it together for them, because they sense, you know, if you have anxiety and or fears about separating, they pick up on that. And oftentimes they're ready to just go, and mom is the one that's like, you know, clutching, not ready to separate.
And you're lucky if you do have the ones that just want to go and make new friends. But then there are ones that look back with the tears, and it's hard for a parent to just walk away. So your best tips for people like that?
Sure. Well, my first tip is to have an open dialogue with your child. And I would say that this is one for every transition that you're doing. Even at 2, they understand more than you might realize. So having a dialogue, talking to them about going to school. Hopefully your school has a sneak peek where they can go in and actually go to the school and meet the teacher before that day when you are separating, so that they know it's coming and they feel armed and they are excited about the big transition that lies ahead.
Okay, any more tips for us?
Yeah, so then, you know, you want to have the same goodbye routine every single time.
Okay, so routine is very important, right?
So especially in the first couple weeks, maybe if you can have the same grown-up that's dropping off every time, so you're not mixing it up too much in the beginning. And, you know, we love to like play their favorite song and have maybe their lovey or their security, you know, blanket or whatever it is with them, so that they are following the same routine, and, you know, they get into a groove and they're excited when they walk in the door.
I'm so glad you mentioned that security blanket, because, you know, a lot of the little ones do have, whether it's a binky or a doll or a blanket.
Yes.
So moving forward, especially for first-time moms, is it okay to detach them from those security items or send them off with them?
I mean, it really, I think, is your call. We see a lot of kids who have the item with them, and that really helps them make the transition.
I'm so glad you said that.
At some point, they're going to have to break free from it, but maybe that's not at 2 years old. Maybe that's when they're a little bit older.
Right.
Yeah, so, and one other thing that I think is a big one that a lot of moms, it's hard to do, and it might not sound intuitive, but try not to sneak out the door. Try to actually say goodbye to your child. And you may be scared because it could be traumatic, but what happens is I find that that's a very short-term fix to sneak out the door. So maybe you feel better about it and they leave and you think that they're preoccupied.
Right.
But what happens is you've broken their trust, and when they do realize that you've left, the next day when you come to do it again, they're going to be extra clingy and anxious because they are scared that you're going to sneak out on them again.
That is such a valid point. And I see that, because even at home now, while, you know, Ava is playing, I'll try to find a way to sneak out so she doesn't notice. But I never thought about the disconnect with trust there.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the same with a sitter or any other situation.
Right.
So I recommend instead, you know, having the teacher playing with your child, doing an activity they love. Again, maybe if that security blanket is there, but if you know they're really into blocks, if you know they're really into princesses, having them doing that activity and you saying goodbye. And then make that goodbye short and sweet. So don't linger, don't, you know, like we have some of the moms who like leave and then they come back and they're peeking in the window. Don't go back. They're peeking in the window and like, just go. And you know what? They're going to be okay. There may be some tears.
They will be okay. They'll make new friends.
Yes.
They're going to be productive, and they're going to have a lot of fun. So
yes.
It'll be all right. Thank you so much,
You're
Anjali.
welcome.
All right, next.